Hello everybody, welcome back to 8-Bit Writers. My name is Gray, I'm a writer at PID, and today we are talking about getting back into writing after a slump. If you haven't written in a really long time, and or you're very mentally ill, welcome to the channel. I'm going to be talking about my experience over the last couple of months. I was taking notes about kind of just my general work flow after I took a very long writing hiatus. These are definitely tips that I tried to cultivate specifically for my friends out there, my fellow mentally ill friends, of relevant things. I have DID and ADHD, and I had a huge break due to stress and trauma, and so this is very much a I'm mentally ill and need help video, not a everything is great, I'm back on track. It's supposed to be more realistic, hopefully, than you are typically used to seeing, but I'll see like realistic in a video title and I'll click on it and it's not realistic at all for me. So if this isn't realistic for you either, I'm sorry, I tried. I'm also very anti-hustle culture on this channel, but I'm also very anti-don't get what I want. So those things can kind of, those things can butt heads at times. But I think that that's probably for the better. So I first want to start out by saying I'm pretty sure all of the projects I list in this thing, for the most part, I'm no longer working on. Not like forever, just like for now. But that is something that I want to start out the gate by saying is don't be afraid to be temporary. If you are super inspired by this whip one week and the next week you do a 180 and you don't even want to look at that whip, that's okay. Don't look at it. It's fine. It's not going anywhere and you have better things to be worrying about. So I was working on a D&D thing set in my homebrew world, and I got stuck on, what was it, the outline? Yeah, I got stuck on the outline part, so I fell back onto my best friend and critique partner's Dib. His name is Dib. I fell back on Dib's advice, which is to start out broad, narrow it in as you go. Was that weird? So I pulled out one of my old favorites, Blake Snyder's beat sheet. I'm not a filmologist yet, but yeah, I love the beat sheet. Shaylin Wrights introduced me to it, not like privately. I watched a video of hers, and they introduced me to it that way. I hope you're doing good, Shaylin. But yeah. It's pretty fantastic, if it's what you're looking for. I'll link it in the description if I remember. Check it out, you might like it. Oh yeah, this was a fun part. So I got stuck again on the big bad evil guy, for non-D&Ders or tabletop RPGers. It's the term for the big bad evil guy. So I got stuck on that, which is basically just the antagonist of the story, okay? Got stuck on that. So I went to a random word generator and I generated 3 words plus 1. I'll explain. And I filtered through the annoying crap, like what were the examples I put down? Haircut, barrel, layout. Sorry about the weird cut. I got super paranoid that it wasn't recording properly and I had to check it. So what were we talking about? The words. Yeah, I accidentally rolled a bonus word, and I liked it, so I kept it. Oh, I forgot to mention, I was dual-wielding projects, and I was too overwhelmed for this one and too tired for the other one, so I did the word thing. So you can see I'm great at this. I figured out some general character and lore stuff, as well as the midpoint, before I decided to switch gears and work on Forever is the Sweetest Con. I have in my notes, read back through half-written chapter 5, locked in. So, we locked in. I outlined a bit through up to chapter 7 or something like that, and then I took a break to play Cult of the Lamb and hang out with my fiance. So immediately off the bat, there are a few things that have been happening. One, I've been accommodating myself a lot. I'm flip-flopping projects. I'm taking breaks, willy-nilly, if you will. Nilly, anyway. That hurt me bad, actually. But I'm trying to get back into the habit without forcing it to be like this cemented concrete routine. I wanted it to be like low stakes, like real low stakes, just easing back in. If this doesn't work out, that's fine, whatever. I'll do something else for now. I'm not talking about quitting writing. I don't want to quit writing. But if you find yourself wondering that, you should consider it because, maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's good to look into. Okay, so the next day I petted the cats, made some coffee, got back to work. This was in the morning, I believe. So I was like at my strongest first fresh start, which makes me wonder if I didn't pace myself as much as I thought I had. Editor Gray, take a note of that. I needed a break from that already, so I moved to the D&D project. And then I realized I needed a reason. Was that what it was? I realized I needed a motivation and... I realized I needed a motivation and a goal for my antagonist, or big bad evil guy. I worked on some other plot points, etc. You get the gist. I was working. I took a break after that to be on social media and sing, because what else is life for? And then we had to leave for therapy. Okay, so I guess one night I got really paralyzed, and I wanted to write something, but I didn't know what to work on. So I took a D6, a six-sided die. So I took a die, and it was like even numbers horror, odd numbers fantasy or something like that, and I rolled it and it landed on fantasy, and so I worked on my fantasy project. That's another thing. Accommodate yourself in whatever freaky little gremlin ways you want to, because rolling the dice is so nice for my stupid D&D brain that I just love it. And so, I can always re-roll if I hate the answer. We're not in an actual D&D session. I'm just rolling to see what I'm gonna write tonight. Is that crazy? It's not crazy. That's definitely not the right word. It's something. Okay, so apparently I went to D&D Beyond to search for a good first level monster for the party. And then I got completely sidetracked and worked on something completely different, I guess. Like DID and ADHD, I guess. I don't know. Something caught our attention, I guess. Yeah, I ran in a completely different direction. So that's sick. I worked on the setup, catalyst, debate, break into two, midpoint, and a little bit of other plot point beats here and there. And then we're on to the next day. So far I have accommodated myself, I've been silly, and I have kept the stakes low. That's the tally so far. So the next day I apparently had a horrible morning, but then ding, I should have a short story collection going. So I started working on that, I guess. I haven't even been working on that lately because I haven't been working on short stories. I did decide though, and this is the short story collection I'll be working on when I'm working on them. I'm making a short story collection based around grief. And that's basically the most perfect word I can put for it is grief. And it's not all going to be super downy or it's not all going to be super downer or anything. But, let's be real, if you've read my writing, it's not for happy people. That's a half joke, just for the record. Yeah, because I already had 3 short stories that fit that vibe, so I was like, why not? I clearly write about this a lot. Ended up doing poetry instead, so never mind on that. Wrote a poem the day before, and now that day, current day, no. My notes are so fantastic. So a poem was written on one day, and then again on the next, and on that day, we worked on both the D&D fanfic and the Evermore project, which is Forever's the Sweetest Con. Ooh, this is fun. I did some light research on world building for a horror setting, because that's what the Sweetest Con has in it. It's a psychological horror, but it doesn't get into the horror until after the midpoint. I had to do some research on how to make the world with, I don't want to spoil too much, but the thing really creepy and offsetting while still paying attention to the themes I was talking about and what my message was. So there's another lesson to be learned. Take your time, take it slow, learn things as you go. Hey, I didn't mean to make that a whole fucking Jesus Christ. No, but that's real though. Maybe I should make it a motto. What was it? Take it light, take it slow. I don't remember already. Editor Gray will write it down. Realized, these are my notes. Realized I needed a break from Evermore. Realized that I need to fill some holes before continuing fanfic. Realized I was exhausted. So, alright, we're on to the next day. Summed up the first arc in 2 minutes, and then began continuing work on the D&D fanfic. Reread the outline and realized I forgot something very important. Do I remember what that important thing is right now? No, I sure don't, but I'm sure it's in my notes somewhere. And here's where we start getting to the end of my notes, because I know this was over several months. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, so that night, I decided to make a list of threads not yet wrapped up and worked on outlining chapter 1 of, I guess, the D&D thing. Cool. That's important. Don't forget to wrap up your loose ends. Took like a week and a half off because life shit and mental health bullshit. And here's the last update. No, the last update was October 23rd. And then on November 5th, took a big break due to life stuff. Oh yeah, wait, no, these are just notes. Okay, so sorry. We're back in commentator mode. So I did take a big break because of some life stuff going on. We had to move really quickly and etc. We've had a lot going on, so I took a huge break from writing due to that. I am currently working on one project, I think. 2 projects. One of them is a fanfic, and one of them is currently titled Whatever. I know, amazing. I'm probably gonna change the title. I don't want it to sound YA. It's new adult. So, but anyway, I've been working on that. I wrote like 2,000 words of that in my first sitting because this is a book that I actually wrote the first draft of and the only draft of until now. Back when I was like 14 or something. So I've updated the characters in the world and blah 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 blah, the story. But I'm pretty much just writing the same thing. And it's been really fun. And I'm starting to get into it where I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit overwhelmed with everything happening. And that's what always happens to me. But it's honestly been really, really fun. And I love this story. I am currently, as of November 20th, I am currently about 9,000, 10,000 words in. And on chapter 4. On chapter 4. But yes, I wrote 2,000 words. The next day, I wrote 1,000 words in one sitting and finished chapter 1. And then I have a face that goes like this. So there's that. Oh, also, there was this one thing we were going to work on inspired by Left 4 Dead and No, I'm Not a Human. Our brain is weird. We're not working on it right now, but we were basically just grabbing at everything we could. Anything that inspired us at all. I do want to talk about one thing for clarity's sake. My antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication were upped around this time, so my influx of words and etc. could have very well been from that medication change. Okay, so here are my final fucking thoughts on these last few months summed up into just the worst sentences I've ever read. First things first is if you can get treated, if you have that privilege, get treated for what you need help with. If you really want to write that badly, I'm sorry, that's what you're going to have to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do though, so, up to you. But getting treated has been the best thing that's ever happened to me, other than meeting Val, my fiance. And I can't stress how important it is. If you have that privilege, use it. Anyway. Okay, taking it easy and accommodating yourself. Stop running yourself ragged. Stop running yourself ragged. Stop burning yourself into the ground. Stop it. Get some help. My stims are all over the place right now. So sorry. This whole video I've just been stimming nonstop. Taking breaks is not only important, they are vital. I haven't been getting a lot of writing done because I've been spending all of my waking hours unpacking. And yeah, so that's cool. I'm taking a break. It's a well-deserved break. It's a well-needed break. And I have it. And it's important. And if you don't take breaks, you're just going to burn out. Cutting yourself slack and being brave but not fearless, as well as listening to your brain and body, are the 3 best vital ingredients for creating a healthy relationship with your writing. If it comes and goes, I don't care what any YouTuber on this site tells you. It does not make you not a real writer if you only write around a specific season or blah 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 blah. I can't comprehend that because writing is so such a fallback for me. So I don't have examples for you. I don't know people like that. I can't comprehend that. But if you're out there, that's fine. You're still a writer. And yeah, maybe I don't want to hear you whining about not getting your book done if you decide to only work on it in November every single year. Maybe I wouldn't want to hear that. But that doesn't mean you're not a writer, and that doesn't mean I'm better than you. And I'm really sick of the attitude some YouTubers have about this superiority of working themselves into the ground. Congratulations. How do you get back into writing? You accommodate yourself. You listen to yourself. You take breaks. You be weird with it. You be silly with it. You don't take it too seriously. Because at the end of the day, even if this is your job and this is what puts food on the table, as someone who has been struggling with money quite a bit over the past few years, I personally am happier when I am scraping by for food and money, but not putting myself into a spot that I don't feel comfortable and safe in, than putting myself in that spot just to make money. And that gets into all sorts of complexities that I'm not going to get into. Certainly not in this video. But I did just want to say that if you're like me, and you're unemployed, and you're not in school, and you're just trying to be a writer, I see you, and I feel you, and shit's tough out here, but we got this. And for all of you who are watching this just trying to desperately get back into the groove, not to be all hippie and shit, but let the groove find you, okay? Bait it a little bit, have a little, bait it a little bit, but let it find you, because it will. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe or leave a comment. Those are my 2 favorites. I'll see you in the next video. Stay proud.